Welcome back to Get the Family Outdoors. I'm Jake. This is my dirt bike, and here's 5 pieces of the best dirt bike gear you could possibly buy. Check this out. This is a Wolf Enduro pack vest, aka the best freaking vest I've ever worn in my life that can carry everything you need. So this vest is made of high quality nylon cordura for the main shell, and then it has a mesh backing on your back so you don't get too sweaty. Some of the standout features of this pack are just how much it can carry and how it sits on you. It's got a huge pack here in the bag where you can fit a 3-liter water bladder, as well as some extra stuff. It's pretty wide, so you could probably slip in tire irons or whatever you need when you're out on the trail. And it has this massive admin pocket on the bottom. This is where I usually store like the tools I hopefully won't need. But my favorite part is actually on the front. The bread and butter of this pack comes from the way they balance the weight. So because you can have MOLLE additions in the back, your water bladder, any tools, maybe a spare tire, like all that's on the back. So usually on most packs, when you're riding, you have all that weight just sitting down. But with this, it has the 2 admin pockets up front, which is fantastic because once you get some weight in here, like a burrito, first aid kit, some tools, it kind of settles out to be even where your back's not just pulling you back the whole time, and it balances out so it's almost like you're riding without it. I was absolutely amazed because at first you put it on, you're like, oh, this thing's heavy. I've got 4 liters of water bottles, burritos, snacks, food, tools, first aid kits, communication, radio, camera. But the second you start riding, it just disappears because you can have full range of motion and movement. And as you're riding, like you just can't feel it. It's so freaking nice. Also, the material is amazing. Like I crashed maybe 4 or 5 times in rocks and sand, and there's not a scratch or like a tear on this, not even a single thread sticking out. It also has DWR water repellent, which I didn't test because I was in the desert. And it has MOLLE straps all over it. I have a radio here. It's got places for your water bladder. It also has some really nice YKK zippers. So like even with gloves on, covered in dust, getting muddy, like you can reach in and pull out whatever you need. But this is definitely the best trail backpack I've ever seen. Would highly recommend. So go ahead and check out Wolf Enduro in the link below. Not sponsored in any way, just love this thing. Up next, we have one of my absolute favorite tools that I've ever had for my dirt bike. Second on the list is the Roost Concepts Stash Multi-Tool. This tool has saved my butt multiple times out on the trail. It has low profile sockets from size 8 to 14, Allen keys, size 3 to 6, and it also has a T45 Torx bit, a JS22, and a 5.5 flathead. And then finally, but not least, it's rounded off with a size 10 and 13 open-end wrenches. So there's 3 different ways to use this thing. First is to use it just like a screwdriver in the low torque settings. Second is to increase that torque by using the handles leverage. And finally, but not least, is a high torque interface. This thing gives you a ton of leverage to do some of those crazy trailside repairs. The cool part about the high torque interface is the option to expand. My favorite part about it is the size and weight. I don't have to carry an entire tool roll just to fix something on my bike anymore. I think it's worth its weight in gold. I won't be caught on the trail without it. And neither should you. Up next is the Gravitas Apex panel. This is a universal panel that mounts onto almost any dirt bike. It's made of aluminum and powder coated finish. It has MOLLE attachments throughout the whole thing, as well as 1/4" 20 holes to mount whatever you want, such as lights. This guy mounts with spacers that just strap onto your fork tubes. So it can be mounted on any bike. They have a few different panels, but this was the one I liked because you just mount whatever you want on it. And with the mount are some of Gravitas' accessories. First is their waterproof stack pack. So this is just a really nice waterproof bag that is completely sealed. It's built from coated fabric, so it's got more of that smooth feel with a wax zipper. It's about as waterproof as any bag on a dirt bike's going to get. It also has an oversized handle on the zipper, so it's easy to pull with your gloves. It also comes with some MOLLE webbing on the front, so if you want to add extra attachments on the front, you totally could. When you attach this on your bike, there will be vibrations coming from your bike to the front. So I won't put anything sensitive or fragile in here because this thing's going to shake, but it's going to get micro vibrations every time you're riding. With that being said, I highly recommend avoiding putting burritos in this. On our trip in Moab, my brother had a bunch of tools in here and ended up putting his burrito inside here to hold on to it so we could ride and then eat on the trail. It looked like someone threw a junk drawer and burrito inside of a blender and pressed start. But it is extra storage and it's off the body. And finally, but not least, we have the Gravitas MX37 light. The bike originally came with this halogen light. It worked okay, but it was practically useless. It kind of just was more for security than anything else, but there's no way it would be bright enough to go on trails or do any hard riding at night. So the first thing I want to do was switch this out with something useful. So since I have the Apex panel, I was able to get the Gravitas branded MX37. So this light is made by them. The 37 sounds for 3,700 lumens. Actually, I think it's 3,750. And then it comes with clear and amber. And of course I went amber because I'm definitely usually not the front when I'm riding with a group of buddies. But this thing is super bright and has such a nice spread. So it's got smaller lights on the side that flare out so you can see where you're going when you're turning, and then the 3 main beams dedicated to projecting straight. But this makes it so even if I get caught riding after dark, I'll be all right. This thing is IP68 waterproof and way cheaper than a lot of the lights you see from like Baja Designs or Diode Dynamics. But they also cost a lot more than this. This guy kind of seems like the best bang for buck light that you can get for a dirt bike. Comes with the harness to attach to your dirt bike battery, so you don't have to worry about tapping into the factory harness. It just has its own. It also has an off and on switch built into it that you can mount to your handlebar, so you can turn it off and on whenever you want, even if the bike's not running. I definitely recommend doing a little bit of research on your dirt bike and what output the stator is giving. I'll go ahead and check out the Gravitas website, hit them up and try to find the lights that'll work with your bike, because they have a plethora of options. So go ahead and check out Gravitas, give them some love, whether it's a panel, bag, a light, or an entire bundle. These things are freaking awesome. So what was your favorite piece of gear? Let me know in the comments below. I know for me, I think my favorite is that vest, just because it is so freaking comfortable to wear and it can carry everything you need, mostly food. And thanks for watching. You want some gear? Oh, I got gear. Here's your no junk list of the 5. That was my phone.